and counting. And the Nuggets are on. Anthony Edwards not giving up.
Well, Anthony Edwards had 10 points, and then
down that 3 to tie it. Here's another 3 to tie it in transition. Wolves up by 3, 20 seconds left. Nuggets down 2. Jokic gets fouled by Rudy Gobert, makes both. We're going to overtime, tied at 112, and it just continues. 2 minutes left in the OT. Wolves up by 4. Anthony Edwards was terrific last night, Monica.
And he wanted the ball in every big spot. You can see the energy. He's talking to his guy, Mike Conley. He did not shy away.
Jokic on the other end, knocking down the 3. He would have 56 at the end of the overtime. Here come the last 2, down by 2 with 13 seconds left in the extra frame. Jokic, yes, we're going to double overtime, tied at 125. Opening minute of the second extra frame. Jokic, we're counting. He's at 58 with the footwork. Nuggets up by 2. 2 minutes left. Jay Will, we're going to call goaltending here. Good call to give Jokic 60.
It's the right call.
60 points. Nuggets up by 3.
They tried to take the ball out of his hands with double teams late.
He had 34. Aaron Gordon makes a 3. Nuggets lead by 2. Now here's the critical moment. 17 seconds left.
Great game as he realizes his guy fouled.
It is almost impossible to believe.
Peyton Watson's reaction.
He commits the foul. Russell Westbrook does with 0.1 second. 140.
I'm tired, Greeny.
To 139. Jokic finishes with a 61-point triple-double. Woo. And yet that isn't the first topic to come out of the game. The closing sequence there from Russell Westbrook.
I don't know why you don't pull the ball out. And I get that Russell is athletic, layup, and then you have the foul at the end where he's late to even get back into play. Watch after the layup.
Right. So the layup.
Watch his reaction after the layup.
You are correct, Jay. But Russell Westbrook makes that layup.
Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is, are you better off?
Make the layup. Let's see what happens. That's a great game.
Yeah, one way or another. Yes. So both things are bad. 1, he probably shouldn't be trying to score there anyway. 2, if he's going to try and score, you obviously have to score. And then 3, obviously the foul at the end is horrific. So it is a terrible finish to the game for Russell Westbrook. And unfortunately, it becomes the primary topic of a game in which the Joker, can I have a 35, please, here? Shams, the Joker, 61 points. 10 rebounds, 10 assists. He is the 3rd player in NBA history with a 60-point triple-double, joining Luka Doncic and James Harden. The 61 points are the most in any triple-double in NBA history. Can I say that one more time? That is the most points that any player has ever scored in a triple.
You can join my free WhatsApp group and see everything for yourself. Every trade, the exact times I entered and exited, all in real time. No fees, no courses, no gimmicks, just free insights and lessons. I don't sell memberships, mentorships, or anything like that. I understand if you're skeptical. It does sound too good to be true, but the facts are right there for you to see. At the end of the day, I'm just here to share my knowledge, make some friends, and hopefully help others learn. If you want to check it out, join the group chat and take a look at my track record. And if it's not for you, no hard feelings. I wish you nothing but success and happiness. Thanks for your time.
Hey, do you work in an office?
What if you could level up your life just by writing from your laptop?
Would you do it? Now, what if I told you could do this every single day, as little as you want or as much as you want, and it can even become a full-time opportunity? And it gets even better. What if I told you that with this type of setup, you could travel around the world and just spend time doing whatever you want? Well, the truth is, this isn't a dream. And I've already helped thousands of people just like you become successful freelance writers. Now, to be completely frank with you, this is only gonna work if you have a college degree, are a hard worker, and have at least 10 years of working experience. Now, if that's you, then listen up. My name's Mike Swigunski, and my mission is to help people just like you level up their lives with remote work and freelance writing. You may have heard of me already from my TED Talk, my best-selling book, or the articles I've published on Forbes, CNBC, and Entrepreneur, teaching people how to work remotely and ultimately live their best lives. I help people do this with a pretty simple system I built called the Freelance Freedom Formula. It's a simple process that allows you to become a successful freelance writer. Now, this isn't like the type of writing you used to do in college. In fact, it's a new type of writing you've never heard of before. Anyways, freelance writing is unlike any other type of remote work opportunity you've seen before, because it's one of the only ones you don't need to spend years learning a bunch of hard new skills to get started. All you need is to be able to write and speak in English, and you'll be ready to go. On top of that, freelance writing is one of the most time-efficient ways to earn a remote income. You can work as much as you want or as little as you want. It's totally up to you. Now, don't worry, it's actually a pretty simple process, and even if you're not an experienced writer, it can work for you. Case in point, most of my students had no prior writing.
Double in the history of the NBA. Shams.
He's the third player in NBA history right now averaging a triple-double. He's done it in the past, but I think this year is the year he's actually going to do it. And we talk about MVP. He still might lose MVP to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The way he plays, he makes it look effortless. Everyone talks about, does he take the game serious enough? Like, you know, he loves to ride his horses. You have to take the game very serious to dominate. He's at the level now where you have to think about him among the greats. And he reminds me a lot of a guy like Tim Duncan. You think about how stoic he is. He just goes about his business, doesn't really care for the commercials, the media. He just wants to go and do his work.
I think he's outpacing Shaq, Kareem, and Kareem. He's outpacing them.
Both Kareem and Kareem.
Yes, Hakeem and Kareem. Okay. Here's what's bothering me as a Joker fan. And it's natural. We're going to wake up every morning, and you're going to see highlights of Stephen Curry in 52. We're going to talk about Russell Westbrook. This was one of the greatest performances individually I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He's not loud. He's not as flashy. But you are looking at one of the most gifted, if not the best big men maybe to ever play the game. That is what we are watching. Just embrace it. And by the way, if this were LeBron, if this were Steph, who had 61, 10, and 10, ESPN would shut down. We'd be talking about it for 3 days. How are we not leading every show with Nikola Jokic? How are we not talking about his individual greatness? Anthony Edwards said it last night. I've never seen a player like him play this way.
Well, for the record, we are talking about it.
Yes, we are. Yes,
I know James.
I'm setting the tone, Brady.
Monica, final
It's my
thought.
own pent-up anger, okay? It's here, baby.
Final word.
Well, we're less than, everybody's 8 games? 2 weeks? Less than 2 weeks?
Yeah, some teams less, yeah.
To me, and we started this conversation with the biggest threat to the Oklahoma City Thunder. I still have the Denver in that position because of what we saw last night.
Need Jamal Murray healthy. Need Michael Porter Jr. healthy. They were both out last night. Still won them this game.
Yeah, it was a ridiculous night. And as far as those two performances are concerned, it was probably as
joining the program. Sean, it's fantastic to see you. The Dubs on a 3-game heater. That being said, and after what you just saw, how much damage could the Warriors do in the playoffs?
Gary, just in this short amount of time, they've gone from a back-end play-in tournament team to a legitimate contender. Anytime you have Stephen Curry and Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green on your team, they are night and day from where they were to start the year. That's why you go out and get Jimmy Butler. And his real season is upon us, and that's the playoffs, and that's where he's going to take his game to the next level. The one area of concern, though, is the Warriors being able to integrate Jonathan Kuminga. It just has not gone the way that Steve Kerr and his coaching staff had wanted going into his return from an ankle injury. Or is he going to play the dunker spot? Is he going to be a primary defender now without Gary Payton II? The coaches just have not been able to fully optimize him. That's really the last step, the last hurdle in my eyes and a lot of eyes around the NBA as far as this Warriors team being a legitimate title contender.
With 7 games left in the regular season for the Warriors, they are the 5 seed right now, which would set them up with a playoff matchup against the Lakers, which of course is great for business. Let's go to the East now, Shams. The Bucks snapped their 4-game losing streak last night in style. Milwaukee shot a franchise record 69% from the field to roll over the Suns. They won by 10. Yanni had 37 points, 11 boards, 6 assists in the win. Though Shams, the Bucks still hoping for Dame Lillard to return from that blood clot in his right calf. What is the latest on Dame being able to return to action this season?
Gary, Damian Lillard is undergoing weekly visits with specialists and doctors on that calf and the blood clot that he has in it. Doctors, I'm told, are encouraged about the progress that Damian Lillard is making. They feel like that blood clot is reducing in his calf. He's done some light workouts, no contact as of yet. The Bucks are optimistic that he's going to be able to make a return at some point late this season and into the playoffs. They obviously need him desperately alongside Giannis Antetokounmpo if they're going to make any noise in the playoffs.
Yeah, the Warriors have playoff Jimmy. The Bucks are hoping to get Dame time in time.